Hi guys, it's Carlos here.
I'm Mitch.
At Ask the Team once again, and today we are asking Mitch why trainers take their shoes off when they train, in particular when they're doing squats. Okay, not all of them, but a lot of them do.
The main reason people take their shoes off during squats and deadlifts, if they've got running shoes on. Now running shoes by design have a higher heel, so the heel may be raised by as much as an inch in particular running shoes. When you're doing your deadlift and your squat, if you keep your trainers on, you're pushed too heavily onto your toes. So obviously when you then go down to pick the bar up, your weight isn't centralized. It's not equally through the heel as it is through your toes, which should be the correct lifting position of your feet during your deadlift and your squat. They kick them off, so all of a sudden then they've got a nice flat section of the floor. They've got nice contact. They can drive the weight through their heels, which is predominantly where the weight should be lifted. You normally find people with flatter shoes, or actually lifting shoes, keep them on. If they've got running shoes, normally they're loose, the laces aren't done up, it doesn't give good stability, and again, they're too heavily loaded. So when they go to pick the weight up, not only is the weight pulling them forward, but also their heels high, and then they end up leaning forward, and it doesn't make a nice movement path through the exercise. So when you see the people kicking them off, normally it's because they've got running shoes on, the laces haven't been done up, they're loose, they don't want to trip, and again, the heels are raised too high, and it doesn't make them comfortable. Your heels should be level with the ball of your foot, and you should be driving through your heels with your deadlift or your squat, or your bent over row for that matter. Even accentuated on the bent over row, you're leaning over, the last thing you need to be is on your tiptoes and leaning further forwards. So it's balance more than anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing you've got to realize is, guys, the guys that are not wearing shoes when they're squatting, especially the guys that go very heavy, obviously the plantar fascia of your foot itself, if you like, ends at the back of your calcaneus, which obviously the actual phalanges and the actual metatarsals, of your feet crunch down, if you like. So if you like that motion there, you'll go like that. So you've got to be very careful, and I have seen people, well, no, I haven't seen people, but I've heard of people getting injured and actually breaking this tendon here by squatting very heavy. I don't know if you've heard this, squatting very heavy by basically with bare foot, so where the foot basically stretches itself. So that is dangerous there. I've never actually squatted heavy on barefoot, so I don't know what it feels, but I can imagine it kind of puts a lot of strain on that area. I always use trainers, but there is obviously common mistakes when you do that. And on the other side as well, from an health and safety point of view, squatting without without trainer, especially if you work with metal plates, you can seriously get hurt on that one. And obviously I'm not coming across as some sort of health and safety guru, but you've got to be very careful. I mean, if it's the rubber, you might get away with it. If it's metal, if they kind of like come down on you on the side, it's bad. Yeah. It's bad. So watch that out. But it's got its benefits itself, because you get a natural sort of movement. So if you're a strong lad and you can squat nice and neat, I think that's definitely got the benefits.
I should have definitely
meat on bones on that one.
Yeah, I should have definitely stressed. It's not a good idea personally to do it without your trainers on, but obviously the question is, why do people take it off to squat? Ideally, don't wear running shoes if you're going to squat, because they're not made for that.
That's right.
Wear some nice flat soles, do your laces up, get some support. You look at the professionals, they wear weightlifting shoes. So I think it's the best of a worst case, but obviously it's going to be far better, safer to keep your shoes on and just wear sensible footwear relative to your exercise.
Absolutely.
So
cool. So I hope you've answered that one, guys.
Yep, that's it for today. Carlos, Mitch, Ask the Team.
Take care. Bye-bye.